Good Tuesday, everyone. I'm Cyrus Webb, and welcome to Conversation Daily News. Glad you all could be with us. We, of course, have your news headlines coming up on this Tuesday. I have a message from my book, Words That Choose to Live By. And in today's Entertainment Spotlight, yesterday, I spoke with author Walt Gragg about his writing journey and new book, The Long November. You're part of that conversation today. Enjoy our broadcast. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Tuesday headlines. In international news, Netanyahu acknowledges tragic mistake after Rafah strike kills dozens of Palestinians, says the Associated Press. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu acknowledged on Monday that a tragic mistake had been made after an Israeli strike in the southern Gaza city of Rafah set fire to a tent camp housing displaced Palestinians and, according to local officials, killed at least 45 people. The strike only added to the surging international criticism Israel has faced over its war with Hamas, with even its closest allies expressing outrage at civilian deaths. Israel insists it adheres to international law, even as it faces scrutiny in the world's top courts, one of which last week demanded that it halt the offensive in Rafah. Netanyahu did not elaborate on the error. Israel's military initially said it had carried out a precise airstrike on a Hamas compound, killing 2 senior militants. As details of the strike and fire emerged, the military said it had opened an investigation into the deaths of civilians. Sunday night's attack, which appeared to be one of the war's deadliest, helped push the overall Palestinian death toll in the war above 36,000, according to the Gaza Health Ministry, which does not distinguish between fighters and non-combatants in its tally. Despite our utmost efforts not to harm innocent civilians, last night there was a tragic mistake, Netanyahu said Monday in an address to Israel's parliament. We are investigating the incident and will obtain a conclusion because this is our policy, he says. At least 45 people were said to be killed, according to the Gaza Health Ministry and the Palestinian Red Crescent Rescue Service. The ministry said the dead included at least 12 women, 8 children, and 3 older adults, with another 3 bodies burned beyond recognition. In a separate development, Egypt's military said one of its soldiers was shot dead during an exchange of fire in the Rafah area without providing further details. Israel said it was in contact with Egyptian authorities, and both sides said they were investigating. In national news, Bill Walton, Hall of Fame player who became a star broadcaster, dies of cancer at 71. Bill Walton, who starred for John Wooden's NCAA Bruins, before becoming a Hall of Fame center for his NBA career and one of the biggest stars in the basketball broadcasting, died Monday, the league announced. Walton, who had a prolonged fight with cancer, was 71 years old, says the Associated Press. He was the NBA's MVP in the 1977-1978 season, a 2-time champion, and a member of the league's 50th anniversary and 75th anniversary teams. That followed a college career in which he was a 2-time champion at UCLA and a 3-time National Player of the Year. Bill Walton, the NBA commissioner, Adam Silver, said, was truly one of a kind. In more national news, at least 21 dead in Memorial Day weekend storms that devastated several U.S. states. A series of powerful storms swept over the central and southern U.S. over the Memorial Day holiday weekend, killing at least 21 people and leaving a wide trail of destroyed homes, businesses, and power outages, says the Associated Press. The destructive storms caused deaths in Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Kentucky, and were just north of an oppressive early season heat wave, setting records from South Texas to Florida. Forecasters said the severe weather could shift to the East Coast later this week and warns millions of people outdoors for the holidays this week to watch the skies. Kentucky governor, who earlier declared a state of emergency, said at a Monday press conference that 4 people had died in 4 different counties. The death toll of 21 also included 7 deaths in Cook County, Texas, from a Saturday tornado that tore through a mobile home park, officials said, and 8 deaths across Arkansas. And finally, in entertainment news, Essence Festival adds Usher to 2024 talent headliner, says the Associated Press. R&B superstar Usher will join the night concert lineup for this summer's 30th anniversary of the Essence Festival of Culture. Organizers announced last week that Usher, who is no stranger to the event, will perform during the festival, which this year runs July 4th through 7th at various venues in New Orleans. As the festival marks its 3-decade milestone, Usher also celebrates the 20th anniversary of his 2004 album Confessions, which helped propel his career. The evening concert series at the Caesars Superdome will be rooted in legacy and evolution to represent the festival's journey throughout its rich history to today, the festival said in a news release. Usher first performed at Essence in 1998 and has returned to the festival multiple times. Janet Jackson, Victoria Monet, Birdman and Friends and festival veteran Charlie Wilson will also appear. The 4-day event will close with the return of the all-white party and a special tribute to Maze featuring Frankie Beverly that's being curated by producer and songwriter Brian Michael Cox, organizers said. In addition to the nightly concerts inside the Superdome, the festival will include programming on networking, finance, careers, wellness, fashion, beauty, and more at the Convention Center and other venues citywide. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for a message from my book, Words I Choose to Live By. Enjoy. Good Tuesday, everyone. I'm Cyrus Webb, and welcome to Words I Choose to Live By. You have special gifts and talents to share. It's time you go about the business of truly using them and watching the results unfold. You might just change the world in the process. Have an amazing Tuesday. We are part of my conversation coming up with author Walt Gragg in today's Entertainment Spotlight. Stay with us. You're listening to Conversation Daily News. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with the Entertainment Spotlight. Acclaimed author Walt Gragg joined me on Conversations Live, the radio show, to talk about his writing journey. Here's a bit of our conversation.
Walt, thank you again for spending some time with us. Really appreciate the time.
Oh, absolutely, Cyrus. I'm thrilled to be here this morning.
Well, the pleasure's definitely all mine, and I appreciate you spending some of Memorial Day with us. As I was saying to you before we went live here, thank you again for your service, and appreciate the time, too, with your being able to talk about the new book. I want to talk about this experience for you, Walt, because some people have gotten to know you from, I mentioned The Chosen One. Others have gone back to The Red Line. What has it been like for you in this career as an author, Walt, to see the way that people are really responding to your books?
Well, no author minds being told that someone enjoyed their work, so it's been interesting. I never really planned to be an author, Cyrus. It just kind of came to me late. I had spent 20 years with the Army and then went to law school after that and did various legal jobs. I was a state prosecutor in Texas for a while, and somehow the writing just showed up one day. I really don't know. So I still don't even consider myself a writer. I'm just a guy with a few stories to tell. And so, yeah, it's really wonderful. With The Long November, oh my God, the reviews so far have been tremendous. And I'm talking about the professional reviews.
Sure.
And they have just, I haven't had a bad one yet. I'm sure there's one coming out there somewhere, but I haven't had a bad one yet. Everybody's been loving the book, and so that's very grateful. I don't let my ego into this, I know there's going to be somebody out there that reads it and doesn't enjoy it, but I think the vast majority are really going to find something of use in really all three of my novels, but certainly The Long November.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning in to this edition of Conversations Daily News. I'll be back to get on tomorrow for more news, message from my book, Words I Choose to Live By, and of course, your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today, and let's go make today amazing. Take care.